Thanks, Gregor. Morning, Josh. What was your reaction to the news about Adam Lowry's extension yesterday?
Yeah, I was just super excited to see that, get the notification on my phone. Obviously, super excited, first of all, for him. He's a tremendous guy. I've known him now for a long time and become pretty good friends with him. And you just know how hard he works every day. He's earned that contract, and obviously as a team as well. What he brings to the table, night in, night out. At practice, everything he does, he's just a consummate pro, and just so happy for him. Like I said, he such a great guy. He does the little things. Such a great teammate. Will battle with beside him any day. So super excited about that from so many levels, and just super happy for him.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Josh, just to stay with Adam's deal for just another second. When a guy who's as respected as Adam is in that locker room signs, a deal that he did, some that think is, fair for both sides, 5 years, does it have a ripple effect in the dressing room from players, whether it's an added boost, excitement, or anything in that regard?
I think general excitement for sure. Excited to, obviously he's been here his entire career, and since I've been in the organization, I can recall like my first development camp and stuff like that. He'd been to a few already, so him and a few of the other guys started showing me the ropes, and when I went to St. John's, same thing. I went there as an 18-year-old, and it was his first year pro, and he had us over for dinner a couple of times, and sort of again showed me the ropes as well. And then when I made the NHL, finally started the same thing. So just so happy for him and all the guys. I think the word you use, respect. He just has the utmost respect from all his teammates and peers, and so when a guy like that gets rewarded and signs a deal like that, it's you can't help but feel excited, happy for him, and you just feel great about it.
We'll go next to Ted Wyman from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Ted.
Hey, Josh, I'll switch gears just a little bit. How do you think you and Mark Scheifele and some of the other leaders in this team have helped, fill the void of not having Blake Wheeler in the lineup for the last 5 games?
Well, I think it's been a full team. Obviously, we went on the road trip without our captain. I think I mentioned it in a prior interview. For me, it was the first time I'd ever played a game in a Jets uniform without him. So that was a new, just hard to believe, really, but shows obviously how consistent he is and how well he takes care of his body. But I think overall as a group, we went out on the road and to come back 4-1 and play really solid hockey and whatnot. I think everybody knows what he brings to the table, and when he's not there on that trip, I think everybody felt like they needed to step up a little bit and you just continue to do what you do, but do it that much better. And obviously, we'll be excited to have him back when he is back. But like I said, guys have to step up in his absence.
We'll go next to Mitchell Clinton from Jets TV. Go ahead, Mitch.
Hi, Josh. Just curious of what you guys find are the challenges, especially maybe in the first period when you're coming into that first game, that first period back at home after a road trip.
Yeah, I think, it's obviously looking at our last 40 some days, we've been on the road a lot, obviously. So, I think definitely when you come home, obviously depends on guys' situations. They're seeing their families again, their significant others, whatever it is. So, I think it's just, it feels to me like always it's a quick turnaround when you come home off the road. It seems like that maybe day in between games flies by, and all of a sudden you're, back out there for warm up again. It kind of goes quick, but guys are experienced with it. We've all been there before, and I think the keys would be to not try to overcomplicate it early, come out, play a simple, hard game, and sort of have the same mentality that we have had on the road, which has made us such a great road team this year of keeping our shift short and trying to play the game the right way. And when we do that, we get all four lines going, defensemen going, and we're tough to play against. So it's kind of ironic, but I guess maybe try to play a road style game at home to start with here.
We'll go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thank you, Gregor, and good morning, Josh. Just looking at these lot tonight and then the next two games against Edmonton remaining on the schedule. And it's no big secret. We all know Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are the guys that drive Edmonton's engine. But what kind of things do you guys have to do maybe a little bit differently against them in these next three games to prepare than what has taken place in the first six?
I guess what we could do differently is not give them as many goals, basically. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's a pretty tall order. Those guys are pretty phenomenal players, but I think try to defend a little bit better. Obviously, we know how lethal they are all over the ice, but I think especially off the rush, which is something that we obviously have to key in on against these guys, but we've been working on throughout the year, and especially I'd say in the last month or so of trying not to give up odd man rushes, and that's going to be really important against them. So I'd say not giving them anything easy, which is easier said than done, but trying to limit their rush chances, I think is a huge thing. And if we can do that, that would be a big step forward.
And final question to Scott Billick from the Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Gregor, and good morning, Josh. Just going back to the Blake Wheeler thing, we've talked a lot about, asked you a lot of questions, you guys a lot of questions about, not having Blake and missing that leadership. What have you learned about the leadership that you have when Blake's not there?
Like personally or as a group?
Just as a team, I suppose.
Group, yeah. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know if there's necessarily been any revelations. I think that, we throughout our lineup have a lot of leaders, and I think, you don't have to necessarily be the most veteran guy or, have been in the league the longest to be a leader. I think what it comes down to is how you play, when you're on the ice and in games, and what you do to play the game the right way. And I think some of the additions we've made over the last, year, I guess, into the last off season, and bringing in some guys like Nate Thompson, Trevor Lewis, Forby on the back end, and then, Benny again here, to go along with a lot of our guys who are maybe getting a little bit older and aren't young players anymore, having, number of couple hundred games under their belt or whatever it is. I think there's just more experience. And so I think there's also that push to one another. We, all like each other a lot, but, we're not afraid to push one another as well in the room and hold each other accountable. So, I think this last road trip was, a good step forward for us. And like I said, those guys that we acquired, those, the leadership traits they bring to the table has been huge.